Hey guys, sorry if it's a bit glitchy here, but I know I'm back and I know I haven't made a video in months. Um, well, actually, it's been like a month since I've made one. And I know you guys have requested me to make some videos like of the Animaniacs, especially the Animaniacs. Um, if I remember, you guys wanted me to make one about the Animaniacs doing like iconic intros from studios and stuff like that. I'm really sorry that I haven't done that. I've been really going through things in life here personally, but I'm still hoping to make videos like that. I'm hoping to make your requests. But let me tell you guys a story that's based on something true, and I should have told you guys this for such a long time. It happened in 2021, 2022, or 2023, around the months of April, May, or March. Around those times. So, based on the title of the video, you know who I'm going to be talking about. Yakko himself, Rob Paulsen. And let me tell you guys, so I'm going to begin by saying that it happened around those months. I was curious and I was thinking to myself, what if I contacted Rob Paulsen? So what I did was that I went somewhere, not like outside my house, but somewhere on the internet. And I did some searches of Rob Paulsen, maybe found some phone numbers. I don't remember where I found them or what they looked like. But I tried contacting, I think, a few numbers, and they didn't work. But I remember I contacted one number. And at first, when I first tried that number, nobody answered. So I tried again. I contacted, but this time I called this number, but this time somebody answered. I don't know if it was Rob Paulsen, but nobody said a thing. Nobody said anything when they picked up. So I was like, "Hello? Hello? Rob?" And they didn't say anything. So it's been like that for a few seconds, and then they hang up. And when I heard that, I was like, oh. And I felt that might have been Rob Paulsen, but something told me that maybe he was busy. I get it; he's an actor. He's probably a busy guy that that works at studios and does a bunch of his shows and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? At least I tried. I wanted to actually did talk to Rob Paulsen, and I thought that day was gonna be, I thought that was gonna be it. But unfortunately, a few minutes ago, I got a call, and I looked at my phone. I picked up my phone. I looked at who was calling me, and it said numbers. And I looked at those numbers, and I realized that those numbers looked familiar. It looked familiar to the ones that I tried calling. And when I saw that, I answered it because I might know who this probably is. So I said, "Hello?" And he said, "Hi, is this?" And it was Rob Paulsen. But he asked me if this was somebody or a company that they were trying to call him or contact him. And I think I might have asked him if he can repeat that again. So he said, "Is this the company, or is this the person that he was looking for, or the company that wanted to contact him for some reason?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry. This is not the company that or person that he wanted to actually talk to or chat or talk with him." So he said, "Oh, I apologize." And before anything else, I wanted to ask him. What I did is I asked him quickly. I said, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Is this Rob Paulsen?" And he said, "Yeah." So I told him. The first thing I remember telling him was that I was a huge fan, and that I wanted to meet him. Like, it's an honor meeting him. I'm a huge fan, and I didn't know what to say. So I was like excited and nervous at the same time because I didn't know what to tell him. So I said, yeah, I'm a big fan and it's an honor to meet him. And I told him that Yakko was my favorite character. And he said, oh, really? And I said, yeah. And from there, he actually made a Yakko impression in the phone. He said, hello, nurse. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that is actually cool. He actually said the impression of Yakko on the phone. And let me see what else. And he asked me, who am I? And I told him my name, Marco. And I told him like a few other things. Like he asked me, how old are you? And I told him my age. I was 19 or 18 at the time. And when I told him that, he was like, oh, so you must have graduated high school. And he asked me if I'm in college. And unfortunately, this was around the time that probably I was probably heading to college, but I dropped off, you guys, because at the time I was dealing with anxiety and stress, and it was not an easy time that I had. So I told him that I was going through that stuff, and he said, I see. And he understood that. So, and I told him, he asked me, like, where are you from? And I told him where I'm from. I'm not going to say that because it's personal. But I told him where I'm from, and he told me where he's from. And I don't remember that much what he said, where he's from. But then I told him that I have a channel on YouTube and that I make videos. But since I was going through stress, I told him one thing. I said that I'm trying to do better content as I can. And he said that I understand that too. And he also told me that he had a channel, or used to have a channel called Rob's Crazy Channel. And I said, really? You had a channel like that? And he said, yeah, I did. So far, and then what I remember about the whole thing is that while I wasn't talking with him on the phone, my mom arrived from work. And I answered the door. And when I opened the door, my face expression was so happy, and I was doing this with the phone like that. And my mom asked me, who is it? And then I think I told her, all I can tell her was, it's someone very important and famous. So I went in my room. I came to my room because I didn't want it to interrupt her arriving if she was talking with my aunt. But I went to my room, I think. And before anything else, let me tell you, when I told him that I make videos about the Animaniacs, I make the voice of Yakko in my channel, and he said that he wanted to hear my Yakko impression. So I showed him my Yakko impression. And to be honest, you guys, I feel like, to be honest, in my opinion, I feel like the whole Yakko impression I made wasn't so well because I was so excited to actually talk to Rob Paulsen. He spoke to me. So I showed him, I spoke like Yakko. I don't remember what I said, but I said a few things, and then he said, that's actually good. He said that. He thinks it was good. It's not the best Yakko impression, but his Yakko impression is the best. That's all I can say. And he told me that about my anxiety. He gave me some advice, saying, Marco, I know you're going through anxiety. He said something like that. And then he told me that whatever you do is think of really hilarious things and let the anxiety go away. So that's what I remember. And when I told him that I'm trying to do better content, like I said, trying to do better. He said that we all do better until it's our time to go, if you know what I mean. He said something like that. I don't remember what he said. So then he said that this is where we ended the call, and I told him everything. After I told him everything, he said, "Well, Marco, it's been an honor to meet you, and if you want, you can actually come to my concerts or what do you call those? To his concerts, or to his what are those called? Like those places that you go when the Comic-Con or conventions, yeah. He recommended me those things, and I said, okay, yeah, that's actually really good. I would love to do those things, but unfortunately, you guys, I don't know how to go to concerts or conventions. I never done that before in my life. But and I never told him that. Like I would love to come to his things, but I didn't tell him that I was young at the time and I couldn't do any of those things. Neither my family doesn't even know how to go to concerts or conventions like those places. And I would love to meet Rob Paulsen, but some part of me feels like I might not meet him, and other part feels like I have the chance to meet him. So I have like both of those things. Like I'm not gonna meet Rob Paulsen. It's impossible. And then the other part says, I will meet Rob Paulsen. Yakko's my favorite character, and I want to tell him that he's so talented, he's so famous, and he's amazing. But that's it for today's video, you guys. That's the story of how I, he called me, Rob Paulsen, Yakko, Warner, Pinky, Carl Weezer, some other characters that he voice acted himself called me. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and maybe a comment. And if you want, you can subscribe to the channel so you can see some videos like these and see my content. And, if you're interested in my videos and if you have any requests. And yes, I know I haven't done any requests from fans or people who follow me. I haven't done those because I've been going through some stuff, or I just really need some time to think, because I've been planning something for the channel these past few months, and I've been going through class in college and stuff, and so many things are going on. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.